of the video I was talking about tips and tricks. What I did was I decided just to do a little change up on my sponsor so that way I have a better chance of getting this tech that I was looking for. So I'm going to show you what text I started out with. Go to research, which this is what I was looking for, Mars copyright. But normally what I did was I took my mission sponsor as, I think it was America or somebody whoever had that were giving me more text than just one. So I had a better chance of getting 5 more texts, just to show you. So basically this is good, which I'm starting out with at least 200, let's say 500 research points later on in the game. But this is what you're gonna be working with, that Mars copyright. What I'm gonna do is research. This tutorial is not about building right now. It's basically showing you how to get these texts out of the way. And trust me, and at the end I will show you also how to get at least about, let's say you have about $7 or $9 billion to do all your building, especially when you need stuff coming from Earth. Well, let me see here. Before I even start, I was kind of lucky, which they started me out with $3 billion. So I can pretty much do this here much faster. I'm gonna outsource this bad boy so I don't have to be here all week. So let me go ahead and scan the sector that I want. So I normally play with Paradox Interactive, and with Paradox Interactive with that 100 Sol, it would take you about 1 hour. But since I'm using another country, it will be done a little faster. And just to show you what I'm looking at the text, which are starting out pretty good, but the thing is, like, let's say the Earth Mars initiative is good, but like I said, this is just a tutorial for how to get these 60 texts. Because normally I say I would do Paradox Interactive because I like all the breakthroughs. I don't care for none of these as one of my first, but this is a good starting point when you look at. You get these here at 1,000, so you don't even have to build you could build your own polymers. So let me go ahead and build my research. So I might be getting more than 60 texts by Sol 22. So that's a good thing. since I got those extra research beacons, I'm not gonna really worry about it because everything is pretty much outsourcing. And I'll show you the technique. You want to get at least about 70 or 72,000 research points. But I'm just kind of nosy to see what I'm going to get early in the game.
Anomaly analyzed. Milestone achieved.
Okay. So mine is these here. So that's 15 texts I already seen so far, but I haven't researched them yet.
No active research. Research complete.
So what you want to do is just keep outsourcing. And what you want to do is outsource it. You take it from 2,000 and increase it. Research and keep researching. So basically you want to research Mars copyright till it reach 5,000. That is the trick. That is the trick behind it all. So you just keep researching, but when you research it, outsource it. So you also got to keep an eye on your cash and make sure you get every time it's research, you want to keep putting that money up in there. So right now, like I said, this would pretty much take less. I mean, since I use this country here, it's gonna take less time for me to do it. Because normally it takes 1 hour. 1 hour to do this here with Paradox Interactive. Because it will take about, let's say, it will take about 15 minutes with Paradox Interactive with about 100 research point just to research the first tier. But once that is done, it won't take you that long just to research all these by outsourcing. And you just watch, see 12,000. Don't worry about, like I said, this is not about the building. You can get everything done within this game. Your milestones, everything. And this is what I call cherry picking. Cherry picking the game. But it have a downfall to it. Some of your texts that you normally will see early, you might get them late, you might get them early. Because like I say, this is a make or break you scenario. Let me see if I build I need a sensor tower. Because I want to get some stuff going on right now. This game almost cost me. It knocked my rover out of commission. That's what I hate about this. Well, I'm playing with high difficulty, so and this works on PC, Xbox, and also PlayStation. You see how fast I'm running through these. I'm running through this research.
Sector scanned.
Cause right now I'm at 28,000.
You're listening to Mars Official Radio with Panna Masculine, your first radio host choice with the best radio voice.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
See, right now this research is going so fast I can barely keep up what I'm trying to do. And you will notice it too. And what you call this here, Mars copyright is the crack of all researches, especially if you get it as an early check.
Anomaly analyzed.
Okay, now see, this is what I look for also in the game. I have that space elevator with the max dust I'm gonna have. That's what I definitely need, one of those. Because when I need my supplies early, I need them from that. But I'm just here, just relaxing, just seeing what I gotta do here. Let me fuel up my guy. Ooh, I almost slipped it behind. Gotta make sure I don't forget about those research points. Gotta stay on it. That's one thing. You have to stay on it to make sure. Once you see that sucker research, you have to outsource it. Because it's going so fast that I could barely keep up with it right now.
Sector scanned.
See how fast it's going? Why waste your time playing the game, building, when you could just do this here, get your research done, and build whatever you want. And you will have the money to do it. And right now, I'm at 62,000. like I said, once you research 5,000, that is when you start researching all your texts. Right now I'm at 70. I'm at 70,000. But I said just stop it. Once you hit 5,000, you stop. Okay, now I'm at 5,000. As soon as I get that open slot, this is when you start going through all the low techs. Just research them. So now it's there. Just get the stuff that you want, you really need. This is like all about cherry picking.
Sector scanned. Now see how fast those tech just went through without me even noticing it? Boy, they give me some good text early. But the main one I needed for this one, I was saying, just like I said, I like getting my surface heaters early in the game. And you don't have to go too far in. Like I said, I'm researching so fast, I could barely keep up with it.
Welcome back. I'm Panem Public Service Escalon, a nickname I got in my youth when I was a part of the public service revolution. My home country used to have serious restrictions on freedom of speech. When democracy finally came, other forces took control over the broadcasting channels. I fled to America, where some compatriots and I started up an underground news network.
Electrostatic dust storm approaching.
Neutrally reported news. It was very successful and grew into today's public service network, the least corrupt network on Earth. And now for some music.
Sector scanned. scanning early. Surface heaters. So now, start to
Sector scanned. Anomaly found. Anomaly analyzed.
Let's see. Okay, so now I get to cherry pick what I definitely need.
This is Mars Official Radio with Panem Public Service Escalon. We have a soundtrack just right for the blue sunset light.
Now this is where it gets very critical. You're down in the 20,000. You don't want to go below 20,000 on your research. So what I'm doing is watching this because basically you got $22 billion, but you have to outsource to get your money back.
Sector scanned.
So I'm pretty much watching what I need. So down at 21. So as soon as I hit 20,000, what I'm gonna do is outsource. You do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you get it back up there. You're not gonna research too much stuff after this here. Just to show you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, about 65 texts. And we only have sold 8. So what you want to do is get rid of this one here, and then once you do that, because you're down at your critical point at the 22,000, that's where you did your outsource, and you go back and research Mars copyright. But you're not gonna outsource though, because you're gonna have enough research point to build your money back up. And you go back in and you pick your last Mars copyright. That's your 5. The 5 that you outsource. Just to show you, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 65 texts is completed by sold 9, I believe. And then you just and all you're doing is researching your Mars copyright so you can get your money back. And here, this is where I say now you know what your researches are. Now, if it was any breakthroughs that was out there, I will also research those in there too, because breakthroughs are very, very important in the game. But you realize this: I have my polymer, my electronics, my machine. So basically, I could build my own stuff on the planet with no problem. I also have access to deep water scanning and deep metal. That is the This is what you say with chaos theory. It could make you or break you. But right now, since I know I'll be low on research point, but I'm not gonna worry about it because this is pretty much there, which they up there at 20,000 range. So especially if I bring like a lot of amateurs, I needed a university. I definitely needed those Stirling generator, because dealing with these dust storms is there. So since the tutorial is almost finished, as soon as my research is almost complete, depleted down to the minimum, you'll see how much money you will have to actually do all your outsourcing. Let's say not your outsourcing, but to buy your supplies to build your colony. And the funny thing is, I had a wonder built by like Soul 60. Definitely need that. That's a cherry pick right there.
Sector scanned.
And I would not recommend outsourcing anymore due to the fact that you'll need your money to actually build your colony up with your space travel. And don't be buying no extra rocket with that money. Buy your resources like your polymers. But like I said, I'm just kind of lucky to have, my polymer, my machine, and my electronics early as possible. So I'm down to 10,000 research points with $19 billion. Don't need that.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
I'm Pana Masculine, and you're listening to Mars Official Radio, your reliable source for the music you love.
The readings told us it was a vein rich with ore, but the data turned out to be incorrect. Under those fine red sands lay the intact hull of a rover.
Now, if you get in these here, I don't see the purpose of getting the money. Just always go for the research boost for 10% on social. So basically, I kind of like lower this head down. Now it's 9,000 versus 10,000. And that's a good plus in my book. Pause the game, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You have, let me make sure how many texts you have done completed, just to make sure. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65 texts research before sold 22. But like I say, it all depends on your sponsor, but I took an easy one because I wanted to make sure that I had a possible chance of getting Mars copyright early as possible. Buy sold 11. That is good. So that leaving you with 89 souls to complete any Mars mission. And you have $23 billion. You don't outsource it. Like I said, how you do it, you research Mars copyright first. Once you get it research, you keep outsourcing it till you reach like 72 or 74,000 research points. That's basically like, let's say you'll have Mars copyright up to like 5,000. Then you run through the whole tree. Then when you get down to like 20, like let's say close to like 20,000 in your research beacon, you want to outsource 5 times, and you want to research Mars copyright to get your money back, because you have to finish up the text to get into Mars copyright. And then when you finish, you have, like I said, you will have about between 23 or a little lower, but it's gonna be up there. You will have about, it all depends on your sponsor, but I took an expensive sponsor too. So with Paradox Interactive, I will have about maybe like, let's say 14 or 16 billion dollars just to do all my stuff, because that's what they give me. And this is a fact, but I know with Paradox Interactive, it was done, and this is basically was done within 1 hour of gameplay. And I said, I watch a lot of people play Surviving Mars. Within 1 hour, yes, you're building. Don't get me wrong, I do like the building part, but I like to get my text out of the way first, so that way I know what the world I want to build. And if I want to get outsource my resources, I got the money for it, because I could go ahead and build and have a thriving colony. And just to show you, yes, this could make or break you, because look at this.
And you're listening to Mars Official Radio.
That's an early tech.
Soon,
It sucks. But you know, it's 15,000 research points.
Hospitals, retirement homes, and of course.
But I got all the big stuff that I really want. If I want to do deep metal extraction, I got it. The deep water, I have that.
How do you think the system should be designed?
I have all the main things that I definitely would need. If you're playing, let's say, like max cold waves, you definitely want to be researching a lot of physics, because you need to get that surface heat as early as possible. and the settings that I took, my cold waves last about 5 sols average. So just imagine, without that surface heater, a lot of my stuff would be shutting down. So that's why I definitely would need that. And I need my Stirling generators, or I needed some kind of power to keep my stuff going and heat it. But I know the Stirling generators is there, but that's why I'll go ahead and research it. The remaining 15 out of the 10,000 research points I got, I will have that, and that's like the most important thing I needed. I have my moisture vaporizer, which is good. Water conservation, definitely coming in good handy. Don't have too much of the farms, but I have the gene adaptation. But I know this is what a lot of people look for, the soil adaptation. That's like the best thing to have, but I don't have it. So let's see, Donna, if you look at the social, I don't have to worry about this is like kind of lucky one. Martian born don't take sanity damage from disasters, so basically they will be going through good. Martian born don't take sanity damage from working in and out dome. That's kind of good. Without proper training, so basically I got a lot of good stuff. They go to security officer, medics, engineers and geologists, scientists and botanists. But I also needed a university just to get them educated, because I did not bring no specialists. So most likely, once I put them in school, they'll become educated, and then my colony will survive. That's pretty much on the longevity. I wish I would have this one, the moho, but to bring out some of the stuff. But like I said, it makes or break you. You, instead of getting it at let's say 30,000, you get it at 20,000 a little earlier. Alright, that completes the video within 1 hour of tips and tricks on how to research 60 texts before Sol 22, but I got it done by Sol 11. Alright, and thank you for watching.